Yo, what is good, YouTube? It is your boy TapX Ears back on the mic. You already know what type of video this is going to be. We got the Logic 5 a.m. playing in the background. We got that smooth background music to complement our second installment of the Real Talk commentaries. And for today's topic, you already know, I think I kind of leaked it, what I was pretty much going to talk about on Twitter. It is pretty much going to be, can you consider YouTube as a quote-unquote real job? And pretty much also to tie into this topic is basically how YouTube has changed from pretty much 2012 until now. And just to get a little background information on how far that I've been in the community, I remember pretty much back when Blame Truth, Excaliburs, and there's one other guy who can't remember his name, but he Dr. Salvador. I mean, if you know who Dr. Salvador is, Dr. Salvador 29, you are definitely an OG. You know exactly what I mean about how YouTube has changed. These three guys pretty much basically were like the biggest. They were like the big three, Call of Duty, YouTubers back in the day, back in World at War, back in COD 4. I mean, just thinking about, how far YouTube has changed. I mean, nowadays, a video, like, YouTube has changed so much that a quad nuclear will get less views than somebody, unlocking dark matter, or somebody basically opening supply drops for pixels. I mean, think of that. Think about that. I mean, someone who spends, 8 hours a day, grinding gameplays. I'm not saying that I really do this anymore. I mean, back in the day, like when I was young, when I was pretty much like, getting good at Call of Duty to grind, that's how long I grinded. I mean, nowadays, I don't need to grind 8 hours a day to get a gameplay. It just doesn't take that. Once you get to a certain level of skill, you can pretty much get the gameplay, an hour. Within an hour, you get something. I mean, that's how long it probably takes me to get a couple, like 2 nuked outs, per hour. But even back on topic, I mean, the fact that quad nuclears, get so shitted on nowadays, and that, guys who just pretty much upload, clickbait, supply drop opening videos, news videos. I mean, those videos get more views than people who actually grind to get gameplays. It's just mind-boggling. I mean, I don't know how we as a community pretty much allowed this to happen. I mean, I've pretty much been, back in the day, there was only 2 types of basically, Call of Duty YouTubers. There was the pub stompers, and there was the commentators. And, those two, hand in hand, they made great content, That's pretty much like where I started, you started finding channels like by Amp Clan, TapX back in the day. I mean, those clans, the channels were pretty much just uploading, the best gameplays possible with T1 commentary topics. There was no such thing as content creation back in the day, like when I was like watching videos, and YouTube, in my opinion, was like, more relevant. Nowadays, you got guys who, don't even play the game, that, quote unquote, get dark matter, where they're just taking other people's accounts, playing one game. I mean, some of these guys can't even get 5 headshots in one game. It takes them like 2 games. They gotta break it up. I mean, I don't understand, how you can be considered a Call of Duty channel, but you can't even play the game. Like, I don't understand that. I mean, YouTube has changed so much. I mean, back in the day, the top 4 channels were pretty much, back when I was actually actively in the community, actually on Twitter, and liking videos besides just watching them, were pretty much J Nasty, Green Goblin HD, Benny Central, and Fearcrats. And there was a couple other guys in there, but these are like the main 4. And the reason I picked these 4 is pretty much 3 out of the 4, pretty much quit YouTube. J Nasty doesn't do YouTube anymore, just because he's pretty much graduated college, is working his own job, so he doesn't have time to do YouTube anymore. Other guys have also, started their own businesses, so they don't have time to do YouTube. But then you have Green Goblin HD. Green Goblin HD, I respect Green Goblin HD to the fullest extent. He's one of the OG, pub stompers, and he has my respect. and I mean, pretty much has the respect of pretty much everybody in the community. But the dude is now, I mean, I remember his videos, he used to start off with, hey guys, just getting out with HD here, and I got you a triple Moab. And now his videos start off with, hey guys, you guys want free COD, free COD points, subscribe to this, do this. I mean, it's like, just the change of the intro, I mean, it just solidifies the fact that I'm trying to make, that YouTube has changed so much. I mean, it's just not like, Call of Duty just isn't the same on YouTube anymore. I mean, I wish that it will go back to, the two tiers, gameplay and commentaries and stuff. I just feel like YouTube was more competitive back then. Now it's just, pretty much who can clickbait the best title, as opposed to who could run the spawns the best. I mean, it's just changed so much. Obviously, I sound like an old ass fucking dude, crying about it, 19, in college, bitching about YouTube, about the good old days, I suppose. But I mean, just thinking about it, it's just it's sad, how everything has changed. And to get back on my other topic, is would I consider YouTube, as a full-time job? And can it be like, legitimate a full-time job? And you know what, YouTube will never, I don't recommend anybody, having YouTube as a primary source of income. I mean, YouTube will always be, a hobby to me, regardless of what people think. People can say like, oh, this is hypocritical because he uploads videos. I mean, YouTube will always be a hobby to me, just because, I've invested so much time, in college and, in school, that, I'm just not going to throw that away for YouTube. I mean, I don't want to end up being like one of these grown ass dudes, basically, cooking up a sob story saying I got sick and I can't, work anymore. So I need to gas, 13. I have the audacity to ask 13-year-old kids for money. I mean, no, man, you're not sick. You're just sick of work. You're sick of working. I mean, YouTube it doesn't take any effort to make videos. I mean, to be honest with you, get the gameplays and then you can just chill and make a commentary or enjoy editing. Like, that's not not work, in my opinion. It really isn't. I mean, we're gonna be seeing. You guys will be seeing, the changes to my channel once Infinite Warfare with the live face cam nuclears. I mean, those videos aren't work. I mean, they're not difficult to make. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm good with computers and technical stuff, but I mean, that stuff like this, Call of Duty, it's not work. I mean, making videos on COD, I mean, that's not a job, man. That's something that's enjoyable, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, let me guys know what you think. It's been your boy Tap X Ears, and this is number 2 of the Real Talk commentaries. And yep, pretty much, comment section, you guys agree with me, and I'm out. Peace.